Welcome to Daily Dev Thoughts. In today's episode, I want to talk about building a solid foundation and what that takes and how that can impact your career and make you a better overall developer. So what does it mean to have a solid foundation? We all know that websites are made up of three basic things, which is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And things haven't changed over the last 10 or 15 years because those are still going to be your base foundation. Everything else that you build on top of that can only be as good as your foundation. So if you wanted to learn React or Vue and you wanted to get really good with those, that is all going to stem based on your JavaScript knowledge. So if you don't know JavaScript too well, you're not going to be able to learn Vue or React. Make sure that you get those front end foundations down. You really know everything about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I would consider myself a seasoned developer, and there are still new things that I'm constantly learning every day about JavaScript, even CSS, and I feel like web standards are at a constant flux. There's things being added, maybe things being removed. So even HTML is something that I'm still learning more and more about every day. Next, after you have that as a solid foundation, you'll probably want to work on the application layer next. And the application layer is going to be things like working with APIs and then getting the core concepts of programming down, things like variables, loops, functions, and you'll probably want to do this in multiple languages. So perhaps you know Node.js. You may also want to learn PHP. You may want to learn Golang because they're going to all have their own ways of working with different core concepts of programming. So if you're really diverse with multiple languages, you're really going to have a strong grasp on the core concepts of programming. And finally, one more thing that you'll want to work on, which is the data layer or working with databases. So you'll want to get good with working with SQL, maybe even some NoSQL. There's no way around it. If you're going to be building applications, you're going to need a way to store data and get data. So working with databases is going to be an absolute crucial piece to becoming a better developer. So there you have it. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, then your application layer, then your data layer. If you can build really strong foundations in all those areas, you're just going to be a better overall developer, and you're going to have so much fun just creating a bunch of cool shit. So that is all I have today for this daily dev thought. I hope you guys are doing well, and I will talk to you later.